What's up, nerds? I'm Wes. Today we're taking a look at the sequel to Dragonwood, Dragonrealm from Gamewright Games. So if you haven't played Dragonwood before, I'm pretty sure we have a review of this game on our channel already. If there is, I'll put a card to it up top. It's going to be an old video, just be warned. The premise is you've got a line of cards out, and they're like monsters and stuff that you're trying to attack and defeat. And for everything you defeat, you get victory points for. There are three different ways to try to capture or defeat an opponent. There's Stomp, Shriek, or Strike. And it's basically like different kinds of sets of cards. There's like cards of the same color, cards of the same number, or like straights, so like a 2, 3, 4. And depending on which one you play is which kind of attack you're doing. And depending on which type of attack you're doing, it's what number you have to roll. So when you play the cards, you take the dice equaling the number of cards that you played, you roll them, add up all the numbers on the dice, and if that number exceeds the number of the card you're trying to get, then you get that card and you play until a certain amount of points or a certain amount of cards. I don't remember, it's been a little while. We're not talking about this game right now. So Dragonrealm has a lot of similarities to Dragonwood. Mainly in the main mechanic of the game is you all have a hand of cards, and then most of them have numbers and colors on them, and you play either cards of the same color, cards of the same number, or a straight, a 2, 3, 4, or a 6, 7, 8. And based on that, you are either sneaking, storming, or searching one of these locations. So again, like let's say I was going to play this, this 6, 7, 8. And I don't remember which one that is. But because I played 3 cards, I get to roll 3 dice. I add up these numbers, and it's a 4, a 1, and a 2. So this 7, I had to get a 6 of this type to do that. So now I get to take one of my adventurers and put him on that location. And each location has a number of spots on it that adventurers can go to. And once that card is full or over full, because there's some of these things that let you place 2 adventurers at once, that location scores. Whoever has the most people on it gets the higher number. Whoever has the second most people on it gets the second highest number. So even if like this location has 4 spots, if I get 3 people on it, you're still incentivized to send a dude here because you can still get the second highest number. And in this case, it's 3 and 3. So the first place and second place both get 3s. So you sending 1 dude there gets you the same amount of points as I get for sending 3 dudes there. So yay for that. Once the location scores, you move that off to the side. People get coins based on the number they scored, and you flip the next card out. And you're working your way through this deck until eventually you get down to the dragon's lair. And that's worth the most points. It's the hardest to get. You know, it as most games do, it kind of progresses, and then you fight the big bad boss. So let's say you play cards, you roll your dice, and then your dice roll fails. Your number is lower than the number you were trying to get. Now, you do, like, that's the end of your turn, so you are a little bit behind, but you get to pick these cards back up, and that means you can play that same set of cards again, try again next round, or utilize these cards on another location, and you send one of your adventurers to the Adventurers Academy. And that's basically a buff for you later on. So in this one, like, it's 2-sided, so there's 2 different versions of this. But in this version, you could take one of these guys off of this to add +1 to a dice roll. They're also all worth a point for being on there, so when the game ends, there's, you get something for those guys being stuck down there. The other cool thing this game adds is the goblins. There are goblin cards in this deck, so as you're redrawing, you could get a goblin, you could get a rock slide that affects people. There's different events in this deck, but the goblins go on these cards as well, and goblins can actually win locations. If the location is overrun with goblins, then they would score the number of points on that card. And now goblin coins, just like, you don't take them, but they eliminate someone from being able to get that score. Or, goblins can take second place too. But it's just a fun little mechanic to give the game some way to fight back. There's some other force, there's some other, like, people going for the cards out here. I thought this was a really fun game. It's pretty light. Like there's definitely some strategy to it. It's super luck based because you've got these D6 that have 1 through 4 on them. So there's a 1, 2 2s, 2 3s, and a 4. So it's a little bit weighted. You can kind of decide what you think you're gonna get. But at the end of the day, it really does come down to your dice rolls. I've had to get like a 10 and I played 5 cards and I rolled all ones. I'm like, what are the chances? And you can figure the chances out. But because it comes down so much to luck, the strategy in this game is fairly limited, but I'm okay with that because it's kind of a fun, silly game. It's light. It's not something that like heavy gamers are gonna get super into. But if you have a casual game group, if you have people that like more entry level games, I don't even know if I call this a gateway game because I don't see this being like part of my stepping ladder of okay, we'll play, this game and then play this game and then you're ready for this game. This one's just kind of if people like lighter games, if they're more casual gamers, if they're not into big heavy games, this is something that's super easy for almost anybody to grasp. The age on it is 10 and up. I'd say it's pretty solid because you don't have to do a lot of math. It's like, if you can play Rummy, you can definitely play this game. So if you're looking to check it out, there will be a purchase link in the description box down below. If you need a good laugh, watch our video for Dragon Wood as well. Look at how much our production quality sucked back then. Comment on it. Be like, wow, your audio sucks. There will also be a link to check out this game topper in the description box down below. We've really been enjoying it. If you're looking for a game top solution, definitely check these guys out. The playmats that come on here are great. Any card game, any game you're picking things up, having a playmat like this really does make a difference. And this is coming from somebody who spent like 4 years playing on a table that had a bed sheet on top of it. Either way, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you'll never be bored.